Right, Adam Ferruccio here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming back, or this is your first time. Welcome. I use to share my experience and what I'm currently doing and what I will be doing and what I found over the years, 15 years of experience in this industry as a coach and an injury rehab specialist to share with you so that you can not make the mistakes I've made and waste as much time and money that I have with some things over the years. And hopefully provide you with a bit of direction, purpose, and resilience as you navigate crazy maze that we call the fitness industry. So today, we're going to be talking about how to start and where to start with some clients, because there's a big school for thought, especially from the physio, the therapy side of things, or corrective exercise or whatever, even strength and conditioning, of structural balance, of say doing one arm then the other arm. And I talk about this, I use this system with a lot of people as well. But you know, when you're working with a lot of beginners or some people who just have not much sporting background, not much in terms of played sports when they're younger, or much physical education background, and just not generally being very athletic within their lives, you got to start from the basics, because they're just generally very weak, or they've been so sedentary for so long in elder populations for 30-40 years at the desk in the corporate world, whatever it is, that they just become so weak and they have no neural output. So, and this is something else to think, because you know, if you follow the textbooks, you follow the books, you've got to just, right, let's do the left arm, we're going to do a phase of structural balance, left arm, then right arm, we'll do left leg, right leg. You can't always start there. And there's actually maybe even a phase before the structural balance phase, is just get strong. Yeah. And I know a lot of exercise coaches do start with that. And sometimes they shouldn't start with that because they're already strong enough and needed some fixing. Where they're right is some people are just so weak that you can't even start on the structural balance stuff. For instance, I had a client, you know, he's a VP, works in a big company here, very, very weak, had an ankle injury a year ago, fractured tib and fib, was out for a year, couldn't really walk, all this sort of stuff. So obviously he's got huge imbalance. He's got no dorsiflexion. He can hardly move. You know, his walking is terrible with a massive limp. And so he's got big imbalances left and right. And so naturally you're like, oh, okay, we need to get the left one as strong as the right. And we needed to get this muscle more in balance with the other muscle, the antagonist or the agonist muscle. Hamstrings need to get stronger with quads, but he's so weak that you can't start with one arm or the other. So you go on any machines, and then sometimes you have to start with machines because, again, it's more stable. They don't have to think as much. He's not very coordinated. So you can't do free weights at the beginning. And yes, some people would argue, but sometimes machines are a better option and a safer option, especially when someone's tired, they had busy days, they're not in shape yet, they haven't got the aerobic system, they haven't got all the habits yet. Like, let's just start on machines and just focus on pushing, pulling, whatever it is. But even at that point, you say prone hamstring curls, lying on your chest. Is at a point where we can't, the lowest weight on the hamstring curl is 7 kilos. With 2 legs, he can just about do 5 reps with 7 kilos. How is he going to do that? How's he going to do 1 leg? He can't. Sometimes you just got to work bilaterally. You know there's imbalances. You know that things aren't perfect. There's huge compensations. But we're just actually going to work on the muscles that we know that are a bit weak, whether it's vertical pressing, whether it's on horizontal pulling, whether it's on the knee flexion, like hamstring curls, stuff like this, and glutes and hamstrings. I'm just going to try to ignore this for the first few months, and we're just going to work on getting generally stronger in those areas and in those patterns. And then we're going to start isolating or doing 1 leg, 1 arm as more of a progression. And that's honestly a great place to start. Some females, again, they're just so, I've seen it, so weak. Like even dumbbell presses, they can't even do 2 kilograms in each hand, or 2.5 kilograms, the lowest dumbbells in each hand. And you're like, oh, well, like you see thinking like, we could just stay on it, or we could try and find 1 kilo dumbbells. But then you're just like, what's the point? It's just like, we want to build some muscle. We want to get them stronger. So let's get them on a barbell, or let's get them in a chest press machine, bilaterally loaded, and they can just push. Forget all the technique, trying to stabilize, trying to balance, or whatever it is. Put the pedal to the metal, and let's just push something for the next 1 to 2, 1 to 3 months. Just get stronger in all our patterns. Push, pull, squats, get them on the leg press, and just get, even just whether it's a wall sit, just get some general strength. Sure, things aren't going to be balanced. Sure, things aren't going to, be getting fixed just yet, but you're just you just got no engine. Get them aerobically, build some sort of aerobic system via walking or some whatever conditioning, modified strongman work or whatever, and then build some general strength that maybe is not the prettiest, doesn't look great, but at least they've got something, a sort of foundation, so then you can start specializing a little bit more with 1 arm, 1 leg, unilateral training, all this sort of stuff, because they're just in a position where they can't. So something to look at and think about when you're training your clients. Maybe the structural balance if you're always following your protocols, whether it's because of your gym and your business or whatever else, maybe that's not the right place to start as with structural balance. Maybe you just need to do a phase of just general aerobic, conditioning and strength training, ignoring as long as it doesn't cause pain, some of their imbalances that you're seeing, and that you need to just get them pushing, pulling, squatting, and everything else, and then get some ugly strength as such, and then you start refining it and tweaking things. Okay, so I hope that was useful, opening your eyes and your perspective a little bit. Trying to hope that maybe talks to one or two of you with some of your clients that you got already, and you can implement that from tomorrow. Okay, please like and subscribe. I'm putting out videos weekly, and please share it with other fitness professionals who can find some value out of this content and go there. Okay, we'll see you on the other side.